What's up, y'all? It's Panic, and make sure you tap into the Untapped hip hop.
All right, what up, though? It's your boy Mandela. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I was raised in Monroe, Michigan. I'm an engineer. I'm an artist, a writer, producer, and a little bit of everything. I feel that I'm also a disciple of Christ. I know that I'm a disciple of Christ, first and foremost. Yeah, once again, God comes first, and I truly feel He led me out here. My little sister moved out here to go to school to Cal State LA, and she's a stylist in LA. So as a big brother should, I had to look out for my little sister, and I didn't know how that was going to work out. I applied for a job at Lazy Boy to be the assistant for the CEO of the company. They looked at me like I was crazy and said that if I'm, a leader like myself should be managing a warehouse rather than just planning somebody's schedule and getting their coffee, which I thought would have been a great job. Not sure why they didn't think that was a great job for me, but my intentions were to learn from the CEO and learn how he was running the company. It didn't matter what position I was there at. I just wanted to get closer to the CEO and learn from somebody that is making moves and making an impact in my hometown, which that's a quick fact for you. Lazy Boy, the world headquarters of Lazy Boy is in Monroe, Michigan. So she looked at me kind of like I was crazy, and then asked me if I would be interested in a job out in Ontario, California, as a manager at the distribution center for Lazy Boy. So, God opened up a door that I didn't even see, and I accepted that position, was able to look out for my little sister, but not only that, I was able to continue to pursue my dream of making music and impacting the world positively through music. So I've always loved music. Music is like therapy for me. I went to a private school growing up called Meadow Montessori, and they teach you music from a young age. So ever since you get out of kindergarten, as soon as you can talk, they're teaching you how to sing, putting you in operas, making you learn to dance and sing in these operas. And then after that, they start teaching you instruments. And as soon as I heard those melodies in the opera and in the orchestra, I fell in love with music, and that was my escape.
So is it safe to say that you have a classical background when it comes to music?
Very true. Classical background. I honestly wish I would have continued to expand on my archive of classical music that is stored in my head, but I fell in love with hip hop.
Well, where did hip hop come into place? Okay.
Man, I have an older brother. Of course, my older brother was bumping the Nas. You know what I'm saying? He was bumping Jay-Z. The Nas and Jay-Z beef that blew my mind. My brother put me up on all the music growing up. Put me up on Lupe Fiasco, real lyrical rap. I remember my brother left for college, and that's my best friend. I looked up to him. He's like a superhero to me. So he left for college, and I didn't know what to do. And he handed me Lupe Fiasco, The Cool, and he said, "Don't fall for the cool." And I didn't know what he was talking about. And I put that album in, and I listened to it. It's like I grew up in the suburbs as well, but I was born, in a suburban household. But my parents went to work and dropped me off at my grandma's house in the hood every day. Yeah. So I grew up in the hood too. Yeah. So I had both lifestyles, and I had both influences, and I feel like that's what makes me stand out as an engineer, and what's gonna, at the end of the day, propel me. Of course, God first, but what's gonna propel me and set me apart from other artists is that I grew up listening to both, like hardcore hip hop, and relating to that because I grew up getting into fights over it when I was over at my grandma's house, walking to the community center or whatever. But then at the same time, I was chilling with my boys from the suburbs, and they were in rock bands playing the drums, and I was mesmerized listening to them practicing their band. So yeah, man, I feel like you have to have both influences. I love them both. I definitely wasn't gonna put up a front because at the end of the day, where I'm from in Monroe, being under Detroit, above Toledo, like roasting, like how that's becoming popular right now. The roast of Justin Bieber, the roast. Now they have Roast Me on YouTube where they're making jokes and clowning each other like they're in school. Jokes back and forth. That's what they did heavy where I'm from. People were roasting, clowning you. You know what I'm saying? So you had to be authentic or people were going to clown you. And even when you were authentic, they were going to find something to clown you for, your shoes, your outfit. So you just always had to be ready and be on defense mode, really, or on attack mode. I feel so blessed because my pops is from Memphis, Tennessee, too. You know what I'm saying? So you have like that Nashville, Memphis, like some of the best music all molded together. With my mom being from Detroit, the Detroit area, and Monroe, you have that Motown influence. So I love that Motown music. My dad would be singing the Isley Brothers, a little bit of everything. I remember the Isley Brothers and Mr. Big, R. Kelly, like all that, man, all that stuff. I would definitely say developed my sound because I wanted to have a real sound in my music too. I wanted to add real instruments into my music. I still do that to this day. I will have my friends that play the guitar come over and plug in and we'll make a beat together. On my last album, 2 albums ago, Welcome to Hollywood, I had on my song Trust God, I had a friend plug in his guitar and play on that song. So I feel like it definitely influenced my music, just hearing, Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to kill somebody's reputation and their name after they're dead, but I'll never say anything bad about these people that truly influenced me growing up and inspired me to follow my dreams and believe that it could actually happen. I would do that even if I didn't get paid, regardless. I'm always going to produce music, but I definitely think that I can't choose right now. I'm in between engineering and producing. Okay. Engineering's my first love right now.
And engineering, that's where you just like tweak everything up, make it sound fresh.
You have to be able to do it all as an engineer, I feel, because me personally, I'm going to make the beat, you know what I'm saying, drop a melody down like I was just showing you before that. I'm gonna before the camera turned on, I'm gonna drop a dope melody down on the piano, and then I'm gonna add different sounds to it. But then, me personally, the song's gonna come to my mind, and then then I switch to an engineer. I'm like, oh man, how can I make this sound how it sounds in my head? So I have to go to work as an engineer, because you might have a dope recording of it down, but it doesn't sound like it sounds in your head. So now you have to start tweaking the drums, make the drums louder. Now the drums are hitting louder than your voice, and it's like, okay, that's cool. I wanted the drums to be like I want people to hear the bounce more than anything, you know what I'm saying? So now the drums are hitting loud. Now I got to tweak my voice back up because it's a little too quiet. So that's when the engineering comes in, and I fell in love with that.
You know? So it's the more detail oriented of everything, right?
Yeah. When you hear somebody like Post Malone, why can Post Malone, think about it. A lot of people, you hear about lyrical rappers these days, right? Who's selling the most records though? You hear Post Malone, Drake, and who's another one? People that just Chance the Rapper. People that they get on the track and every single time their voice is clear. You hear it over the top of the beat. They have some dope melodies. I think that is where the direction of the game is going. Is engineers. The engineer. Because my peak of success wouldn't be to stay just an artist. I'm always going to be an artist and create music and tell my story through music because I'm a poet and I started as a poet. So when I transfer that into writing verses, it was natural. So I would say my peak of success would be to go and make disciples of all nations, to bring, to travel the world with my music and tell people about God, and tell people about how I used to sell drugs, sit in a trap house with people that were selling pills, heroin, crack, weed, robbing people, bringing back TVs, running trains on females, and I was sitting in that environment, taking part in that environment. Maybe not selling the heroin, but if you're associated, you're a part of it. So I was living that lifestyle where I could have died any day, and a lot of people are doing the same thing. So my overall goal would not be some like make $1 billion, make $1 trillion. That's not my overall goal. My goal would be to inspire the entire world in generation after generation and make something timeless. Like that's why I keep putting out these music videos, because nobody knows when your last day is going to be on the earth. So I keep putting out these music videos because I want to make something timeless that people can learn from for years and years to come, and teach them that on your own you're going to sin, you're going to take the word sin out. On your own, you're going to mess up, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to do evil things that are really just to satisfy yourself. But if you trust God and come to Christ and accept Jesus Christ, you're going to learn to not continue to be selfish, and you're going to learn to love one another, and you're going to receive eternal life. So my goal would be to share that message with as many people as possible before I leave.
So my question for the next artist would be, when you're struggling with containment of your own imagination, say you're trying to work on a project and you can't figure something out, what do you do, or what do you do to get out of the slump, to be like, all right, man, like I need to get it together because I'm losing, focus or inhibition or all kinds of stuff?
I have a similar approach as Pharrell, because I know he just said something similar. But if you are at a point where you have writer's block or creator's block, or you can't draw the next piece, or you can't write that next hit song, I think that means that you're uninspired, or that you're in the current environment that you're in. You need a change of pace. You're bored, you're not inspired by what's around you, and you need to go on vacation, you need to get in the car and drive away somewhere and take a road trip. You need to go hang out with a different group of friends that you haven't hung out with, go in your contacts and call some old high school buddies. Take a go to the Bahamas if you're rich and have money for that, or if somebody looks out for you and blesses you with that, like what happened to me recently. I would say just switch up your environment and go get inspired in a different way, because you're not inspired where you're at currently.
Okay.
First and foremost, seek God, pray through it all. Talk to God through it. If maybe if you're not of the faith yet, or don't know God, just continue to talk to people that are good role models in your life, and keep people that are positive around you rather than negative influences. And I would definitely say utilize the resources that you have around you. Don't be shy. I feel like in this social media age today, everybody is afraid of what everybody else is thinking of them. If I post this, I'm not going to get enough likes. If I post this, people aren't going to think that I'm fresh or that I'm cool. Forget what people think and give the world your unique gift that you were given and put here on earth for.
Was that something that you had to struggle through, or is that something that it was easy for you to just be you and go out there and just let people see who you are as an artist?
I honestly am not somebody that bites my tongue much. That's something I have a little bit of a struggle doing, is biting my tongue. So I feel like it came pretty natural for me. That's a gift that I was given. It's the gift of gab. I love talking to people and meeting new people, sharing love with others. But I know that with the social media age and the way that things are going now, I'm starting to struggle more with it now. So I can't imagine if you are somebody that's an introvert or a little more introverted and shy in the social media age where everybody's more judgmental online. They're dissing, there's a shade room, there's DJ Academics, there's all these gossip sites out there, and news sites. I don't want to pick on any one site, but there's all these media outlets out there that are just doing their job, sharing their feedback on things that can be hurtful and cause anxiety and depression in this technology age. So I would say, don't try to satisfy or impress others, and just be you. You can find me on almost all the social media outlets, facebook.com. You can find me on SoundCloud /YoungMandela, soundcloud.com /YoungMandela, twitter.com /YoungMandela, Instagram @YoungMandela, and at Dream Teams, at Dream Team Home Studios. Definitely follow that page. We have a lot of good stuff going. It's actually Freebie Friday right now, and we have about 4 to 5 dope producers that work in the studio with me over in Ontario, and we're dropping a free beat every Friday. So definitely follow us on Instagram as well. Reverb Nation, I'm on there at The Real Mandela. And if you want to book me, mandela70@gmail.com. Shoot me an email and let's work.
We global now.
Big bless.
I ain't sold no bags in a minute. I can't speak for none of the bros. What they do, that ain't my business. Lisa Hellcat when I ride, not no him. And my image all authentic. I ain't had to put no gimmicks. Multi-millionaire, I'm still rocking dickies. Just got off the phone with B, told me I don't got no limits. I'm a superstar, still be in the trenches. I can't rock with none of these buses, man, I swear to God I'm different. 1,000 pair of white Air Force One sound with finish line. I'm just waiting on your favorite cabin rapper to finish line. They already know what's up, don't play with him, give me mine. Try to tell them that I was the one, I gave them plenty sign. 40 out of rider, I got them on every whip. Now I'm having dealings with